Inboard wheel. That's the thing. Keep evolving. Hello everybody, welcome to an impromptu Transport Evolved live stream. I hope you're having a great day. This doesn't happen as frequently as I would like it to happen, but it's happening today because unfortunately I need to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that have been going on behind the scenes and how YouTube and the whole content creator scene is causing issues for us at the channel. Now, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We have been changing how we're doing some of the things that we've been doing. And we seem to be, you know, doing okay. We're fair to middling. We're bumbling along, whichever way around you would like to phrase that. We're doing okay. But we are now seeing, as many other content creators are seeing, just endless problems with the YouTube platform. And it's got to a point now where it's affecting how we are able to create content and how we are able to make the best use of our time. As you know, we try and push out content every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday on the main channel, and then on Sunday over on Transport Evolved Take 2, we just push out silly little videos that very few of you watch, but I really enjoy doing, and I know a lot of our kind of hardcore fans really enjoy watching, and it's separate from the main channel, so I don't worry about it too much. But the last couple of months have been really quite challenging for us. So Kate has been on her summer holes. We've had other stuff going on behind the scenes, and we have had car after car after car after car after car, and that has taken a lot of time and energy away from, you know, normal everyday content that we wanted to make. It's delayed some of the projects that we've wanted to work on. And hi there, Russ, welcome. And it has meant that we are a little bit behind on covering some news stories that I really want to cover. So I really want to cover, for example, the story about the Italian motorcycle company Energica as it comes back. I was just trying to remember how they say it. It's not Energica, it's Energica, I think. They are potentially coming back. We're going to be focusing on that a little bit on 10 at the weekend. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. And we're going to be making some more content about that, hopefully, in the coming days. I'd hoped to make a vlog about it. I don't think we're going to be able to make a vlog in a sensible amount of time. Kate has a great video that's going live tomorrow. It's a DIY focused video. We had talked about making more DIY videos, so that's good. But let's cut to the chase. Let's talk about why we are making this video in the first place. And then I'm going to give those of you who want to hang around and talk and ask questions, some behind the scenes, kind of what's coming, the state of projects, etc., etc. So for those who don't know, YouTube has a system that allows creators to identify their content that has been copied and uploaded by other people onto YouTube. And this platform, this content copywriting platform, has been troublesome for us over the years. Sometimes it doesn't identify our content, and other people are making money off of our content, which is something I want to talk to you about today. Other times it flags content much further into the future, as it were. So if somebody publishes one of our videos, republishes and uploads it, it might take several months before we're told that our video is uploaded on somebody else's channel. That's not okay. But then it also has a content ID matching process. And excuse me. How that works is if you upload something that contains somebody else's video or somebody else's music that they have a legal copyright claim on, almost immediately, in our experience, YouTube swoops in, very often before we've even published the video, and gone, you cannot use this. It is copyrighted material. The copyright holder has chosen to monetize your video, meaning that any ad revenue that you make from that video is immediately sucked away from you and sent to the person who is claiming your content. Now, we make a habit of not using copyrighted content. We're very particular about the content we use. We always give a source on screen where we got that from. And if it doesn't say that it doesn't say video source or image source, it's normally in-house. Although on 10, we still put transport evolved. Now, we get our licensed footage from two different places. So we use Storyblocks for our video footage, our third-party video footage. And then we use a company called Artlist for the music that you hear in our car reviews. And over the last year, we've been in a bit of an ongoing battle with Storyblocks over whether we are allowed to use their footage, despite me having a creator account with them and licensing the footage from them. And I keep getting nastygram emails going, you don't have the right account. They stopped about a month ago, and now they've just stopped saying that we're using their material without permission. Even though we download the footage from their website, we have licenses. It's all automated as far as I can tell. And we've whitelisted our channel. That means every time we use their footage, we have to tell them we're using your footage so that we don't get a copyright claim. Artlist have now started doing the same thing, and the Volvo EX30 video only just made it out on time because we used music that we had purchased through Artlist. We uploaded it to our channel, and before I hit publish or even shared it with our Patreon supporters, Artlist was like, you're using our music, you're not allowed to use our music. And we're like, I have a license. Like, between Artlist and Video Blocks, we pay probably about $1,000 a year combined for the various licensing fees that we need for all of the footage we use. There's a couple of other sites we occasionally use, like we use Shutterstock as well for images. We always say where we get them from. We always quote them. And now we have to go through and manually add every time we have a video that includes content from them, because YouTube will just come down like a ton of bricks on us and say you're using copyrighted material. And I've heard horror stories of content creators on YouTube who've had their channels locked or temporarily suspended because someone has come along and said you're using our content and you're not allowed to. Flip that on its head. And what I get as a creator is a dashboard that allows me to identify when somebody else uses our footage and puts it out onto YouTube. Now, that's not a huge issue, really, honestly. It's a fairly simple system to use if YouTube's algorithm correctly identifies that you've had your content stolen. The problem is, and I'm about to swear, it's a bit shit. It doesn't tell you a lot of the time that somebody else has downloaded and re-uploaded your content. Most of the time, it doesn't. So fast forward to this morning, when I got a notification in the YouTube window after spending probably half an hour dealing with trolls, I got a notification saying, hey, we found some of your content on someone else's channel. So I follow the link, and there was this channel. I'm not going to bother naming it. I did talk about it in the Discord chat room. They had stolen probably about 40 videos out of our back catalogue and had re-uploaded them over the last couple of weeks. And that included both the main channel, Transport Evolved, and also Transport Evolved Take 2, the second channel. So I filled out the main channel copyright takedown, and that went off. Now, as I understood it, if you submit an immediate takedown request and the channel gets 3 strikes, they are banned. Their channel is erased. But for whatever reason, this channel did not immediately get banned. And when I went to that channel, I discovered probably another 40 videos that weren't content matched by Google that were ours. They'd either warped the frame slightly, or they'd added music over the top, or done something else. It was really crudely done as well. It looked like it was a screen recording of our videos. And they had uploaded them, re-uploaded them. Now, this is a channel with about 700-800 subscribers. It seemed to be making money off of our content. And I tried reporting them all to YouTube. Halfway through the process, the videos just vanished. So clearly the content, the YouTube channel realized that we were onto them and removed the rest of the violating content, because they know if they do that, they don't get a copyright strike, because I can't claim content that's no longer up. But then when I'm not looking, they can go ahead and re-upload it and it will be good. This whole process took about 2 hours this morning, because once I realized that there was a ton of content that hadn't been matched automatically by Google or YouTube, and I went through their back catalogue and saw how many other videos there were, I had to manually go through, find their video, find our corresponding video on our channel, say where it matched, and do that manually for every single video that had been stolen. I then realised this channel had a second or third channel that was doing exactly the same thing with other videos from our channel. And a lot of people think, well, you have YouTube, you can reach out to YouTube and YouTube will do something about it. The reality is I had one contact that I reached out to. I heard nothing. And YouTube has basically put its robotic fingers in its little robotic ears and is ignoring this happening. At the end of the day, YouTube and Google doesn't care where the video views are going. It just cares that video views are happening. So it appears that our content and other content is being systematically downloaded, re-uploaded. They're not even changing the titles. They're not reusing our thumbs, which I found interesting. They're just reusing the title, serially uploading it. It's clearly a bot, right? Because the number of uploads that are happening one after the other. And then it's publishing those videos. And they get views, and therefore they get ads, and therefore they make money from our videos. We get nothing because our videos are not being automatically recognized as stolen for whatever reason. They figured out a way around the algorithm. And our view count has dropped. So, we heard they didn't use our thumbnails. No, Erin works really freaking hard on them. I just find it ironic that they took everything else but didn't take the thumbnails. It's just weird. They're taking our content. They're republishing our content elsewhere. That is not allowed. We are copyright holders for all of our content. And I can see that the videos that have had lower views on our side are the videos that have been stolen, right? So if our video doesn't get stolen, it has okay views. But when a video is stolen and then re-uploaded by someone else a few days later, I notice. Because people look at thumbnails, they don't look at the channel. So if they look at the thumbnail and there's a picture of me, like it's a screen grab, and it's me or Kate or someone else in the team, people automatically assume it's Transport Evolved, and so they watch it. Hence the reason I'm making this live stream. I need you, all of you, when you see a video pass through your YouTube algorithm, and you see a video that looks like it's from us, but it isn't from Transport Evolved or Transport Evolved Take 2, and it's a recent video, you need to let us know. Send us an email, reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky, or reach out to us on Discord. Let us know. It's frustrating. It's honestly soul destroying in a lot of ways because the team puts a lot of time and effort into our videos. And when we don't get to make money from our videos because some asshole has stolen it and is stealing our audience, it really sucks. And it makes us not want to carry on. Add to that the trolls and all the nonsense. And we have to work extra hard to reclaim that. If it makes you feel better, I've never seen a video of yours re-uploaded somewhere else. Thank you, Christopher. That is great news to see. I totally believe that it happens though, yeah. David, thank you for your nice words. The notifications haven't been showing up for weeks now. Is that what you meant to say, test? I don't know. There seemed to be a have or haven't. I'm not sure which way round that was. Notifications are not showing up as well. So YouTube is no longer telling our audience that we have made videos, which is further frustrating things. And so, and it's not just me, right? It's not just this channel. I subscribe to lots of other people on YouTube and I don't use the Transport Evolved channel. Yes, haven't. Says test. Have. Still, I think your keyboard might be slightly skewed there. I subscribe to many other people on YouTube. I don't use the Transport Evolved YouTube account. I hope that's obvious. I don't like using my work account for my personal stuff, but I subscribe. I have a YouTube channel. You can follow me. I am a minor journey on YouTube. I watch loads of different cool stuff, and there's been a couple of channels that I haven't seen anything from for literally months, and I check in and I've been unsubscribed, or I'm subscribed but YouTube is not telling me when new content is put up. And now, like, if I go to YouTube on my phone right now, YouTube is on a bit of a weird kick with me right now, where all it's doing is suggesting car stuff, and then it's suggesting lots of BG3 stuff I've never even subscribed to, right? Random stuff I'm not subscribed to. More BG3, and then motorbike stuff, Jammy Dodger, there's a furry. So it's basically about half of the things that I might watch, but certainly not my whole stuff. Certainly not my whole kind of interest sphere is not recommended to me. So it's not just a you thing, it's not just a TE thing, it's happening across the board because the algorithm is trying to make you watch things that will make you angry. And I guess it's kind of good that our content doesn't make people angry, otherwise YouTube would recommend it. When we do something with a really provocative thumbnail, then sometimes we get more views, which brings me to some people saying they don't want to see thumbnails of us with our mouths open and they're stupid and they don't like it and they're angry and they want to let us know how angry they are. Look, we have to play the game a little bit, okay? We have to make thumbnails that are appealing to the wider audience, and based on all of the analytics that we are being sent right now, that is the way to get views. I am sorry. It's just bizarre. It is not okay. I don't understand why it's happening. But I mean, again, our videos are too long, that I'm too wordy, I say too much. Hey, my videos are not going to be for everybody. Kate's videos are not going to be for everybody, and that is okay. But I don't need everybody to tell me every waking moment how much I suck as a human being. And I know that every other creator doesn't need that too. If you know, be nice. The world is a better place when we are nice to everybody. But yeah, if you see our videos on someone else's site, on someone else's YouTube, and it's clearly not Transport Evolved or Transport Evolved Take 2, you need to reach out and tell us. The only difference is if it's the Ecotech Roundup Show which used to be a channel I used to work with, Ecotricity New Zealand. I used to do videos for them. We don't anymore. We have parted ways. I'm not going to go into that, but please know that any other channel that has not been given permission to use our stuff should not be using our stuff. And if you watch that video, you're supporting that creator, not us. And that dramatically hurts us. Next, YouTube ads. People have commented that the last video that we did, the last review we did, I think had like 15 to 20 ads in it. And I know the last 10 had like 30 ads in it. I actually took some out, or tried to. YouTube put them back in again. Ads were happening mid-sentence. This is not us. This is not us. This is YouTube. We can choose to not monetize our videos, and then YouTube puts ads in and YouTube keeps the money. So we either allow YouTube to put ads in our videos and pocket the money that we get from those ads, or we tell YouTube not to put ads in, and YouTube might put ads in itself and keep the change. Again, we don't have any control over that. Next thing. This is all me raging about YouTube. I promise there's some cooler stuff coming. YouTube is also, again, putting anti-queer, anti-LGBTQ videos as ads in our videos. Anti-EV videos in our videos. Again, we have no control over that. We have requested several times that we don't report those videos. We have requested to YouTube several times that they don't use ads from certain advertisers in our videos, but those advertisers change their URLs so often it's very difficult for a single small team of folk. There's only 3 of us full-time and 1 of us part-time to actually stay on top of that while also creating content. And at this point, we have a choice. We can spend 3 days a week doing admin like that and 2 days a week making content, or we can try and keep our current schedule up, and sometimes things will fall by the wayside. That unfortunately includes comments. I try and do as much as I possibly can to stay on top of those content, of the comments in the but again, we have block lists. They are not used. We have reported people. They disappear and then they come back. And for those who are not paying attention, who have not been paying attention, or who've just not, seen what's going on ever since President Trump was re-elected and came back into the White House, YouTube, Facebook, all of those have changed their moderation policies. So it is considered acceptable to post anti-queer, anti-LGBTQ comments, and for that to be considered okay. And if you report someone who makes a comment that includes slurs or threats, it doesn't do anything. I've had someone threaten us with ricin recently. And as a citizen of the US, but also as someone who is an immigrant, we have done some, we've done some behind the scenes, digging. And the person who's threatened us with ricin has also threatened us with firearms. And we could go to the FBI, we could go to the local police, but at the same point, the police are not friendly towards people from our community. So it's easier for us to just ignore those threats. I don't like it, but unfortunately, that is the way that we are. Iwa, I hope I said that right. How do we report the video? To whom? You or YouTube? Report it to us. Let us know. You can use the email that's linked to on our new website. We have a new website. You can reach out to us in our Discord chat room. Our Discord chat room is the best place to reach us because it's a lovely, wonderful place. You can also reach out to us on YouTube or social media. So we have a Mastodon and we also have a Blue Sky account, or you can just comment on one of our posts on our website. So those are the ways that you can do it. I dislike giving money, but YouTube Premium is so worth the money to avoid bad ads. Yeah, I have a premium account, I must admit. Some people do use ad blocks, but YouTube is now starting to penalize people who do that. I'm glad you like Blue Sky number 6. I prefer Mastodon, but we do have a Blue Sky account, so say hi. You can find us on Blue Sky in the links for this video. You can find us that way. The next thing, after all of that nastiness from YouTube, is you may have noticed that there's been a bit of a change in how we are making our videos and how we are promoting them. So you might notice we have now an increased number of sorry, so Dax just said, I've just removed your website from my links, and then you made a new one. Super, within a week. Thank you. It was longer than that. But if you go to transportevolved.com, that is our very basic, bare minimum website. One of the things that we've been trying to do to reduce our overheads is to try and rely on free and open source software wherever possible. And that was one of our goals, to move away from Squarespace and back to something that was hosted and coded by my fair hand. So this week I have spent a lot of time behind the scenes coding the Transport Evolved website and making sure that worked, but also making sure that the machines that run those websites are all healthy, and also making sure that our alternative to Google, we do have a Google Drive account still, and unfortunately Google is like... So when we started up Transport Evolved and we had a Google account, it was free, and then we ended up moving to a paid account, and all the YouTube channels go through that, and it's all good, and our phones for the company go through that. But YouTube has intertwined everything so tightly that if you try and cancel one of your subscriptions, which I tried a couple of months ago, it knocks out other members of the team, and they can't access YouTube, they can't do anything. So we are in the process of trying to detach ourselves from YouTube, because it's costing us about $130 a month, I think, right now, which is money we could ill afford to waste. Eva, yes, okay, cool. Thank you, Eva. Thank you. The way of moving away from Google and towards our own hosted servers is proving harder than I thought. We're moving away because we don't want to have AI everything in everything we do, but also because as a channel that makes content that can sometimes be critical of the current US administration, like, for example, we've had threats of being reported to various law groups and agencies for things that we've never done. But if someone was convincing enough to said authorities and they did investigate us, I would rather they came knocking to find our servers than, just go through a back door. If that makes sense. You know, if someone's going to come after me, I'd rather know that they were coming after me. I'd rather see them coming down the hill, metaphorically, as it were. And so we're controlling our data more carefully. We were controlling who can have access to our data more carefully. We're making sure there's no information hidden anywhere. And if you want to know how pernicious artificial intelligence has become, I sometimes, if Kate's not around, I will sometimes throw a script at an AI system just to proofread it. And I had one recently rewrite, without me asking, rewrite the start to a script and use a catchphrase that I haven't used for 10 years. And when I realized, I was like, yo, I didn't say that. Where did that come from? And it just replied, oh, you're known for saying that. I didn't tell you who I was. I mean, I don't know. What is a GT metric score? I don't know what that is. You have to tell me. But anyway, so that's all of that. And this is where you can all come in. So instead of obviously just telling us, hey, you've got content stolen, someone's stolen your content, which is really useful, also please consider reaching out and supporting us. So I know that Patreon is not the bastion of what it could be. In fact, there's been lots of things that Patreon has done recently that I really disagree with. Least of all, changing how they pay creators. So last month, I ended up getting about $1,000 less into the Transport Evolved account compared to what Patreon said we should have had. And I still haven't been able to figure out where that money has gone even. So I'm actually going to be talking to some people from Patreon tomorrow. I'm going to try and figure out what's going on, or at least listen in to other creators talking about it to try and figure out where that money went. But our Patreon account is pretty much our sole source of regular income. Now, we do have a couple of wonderful, kind people who are donating the channel independently. One very generous individual who has managed to help keep this channel running this year, and I'm not kind of lying when I say that. Without them, we would have been in trouble. But we need to increase our Patreon support by about $700 a month. And I'm considering doing like a pledge drive next month. And we've been trying to brainstorm things that we might want to do to try and increase how we can, increase our income a little bit. So there is a great way that you can support us. I've just put the banner on the screen right now. Go to patreon.com/transport evolved. It is a great way of supporting us, but if you go there, please don't use the Apple sign up, because then Apple skims money, which might be the reason why we've been losing money, income. The difference between what we thought we were getting and what we actually got might have been because Apple's been skimming stuff off, which I thought had been decided by a court was illegal, but Apple's still doing it. I don't know quite how that works. The TLDR is that we need to increase our income by about $700 a month to just make sure that we can make ends meet, and that we can continue to grow. We have moved a lot out. Someone said Nebula TV is for creators. Okay. I love you all. I'm going to say this again. I have nothing against Sam or the team at Nebula. But Nebula is invite only. In order to be invited to Nebula, you have to be invited by Nebula to join. And I believe you have to get an invite from a Nebula creator as well. I know several people on Nebula. No one has invited me, which tells me that my content's rubbish and our content's rubbish on a bad day. On a good day, it's just like, yeah, they just don't think we're right for Nebula. Whatever the reason is, we've never been invited. And so that is unfortunately not a problem. And I'm totally not frustrated with you, number 6. It is, it comes up a lot, and we don't. I would love to be able to just be on Nebula, but unfortunately, that is not an option for us until we are invited. Float plane is an option. We've never really found float plane to be large enough in terms of scope. We did try exploring it, but it never really seemed to be an intuitive system. So we're here on YouTube for now, but we are going to be building our own PeerTube server. And we would like some help if there's folks who would be, willing to help us expand our PeerTube server. The PeerTube server that we're using right now has a limit of 50 gigabytes per account. So we can only upload 50 gigabytes of videos, which is only about like 20 or 30 videos at 1080p. So we're going to start, I think I'm going to start investigating the possibility of holding my own server somewhere. The issue is I can't host a server here. That would be against my terms and conditions. So of my server. It is unfortunate, but that is the way it is. So, TLDR, what happened? TLDR is people are stealing our content on YouTube, making money off of us. YouTube's not telling us, and YouTube's algorithm is not detecting the stolen content properly. And I found a huge trove of it today and took like 2 or 3 hours to try and deal with some of it. YouTube is also not paying its content creators as much. It's lowering how much it's paying from ads. It's reduced its other stuff in terms of its policies regarding moderation. We're getting a lot more hate and threats. I'm not going to talk about the threats that we've been receiving. I've already done that. I should have given a content warning. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mike, for your Ko-fi support. And also thank you, Anonymous Freak. I did see that earlier. You're a star. Thank you very much. So if you want to support the channel and you want to get involved and you want to help us out, Patreon is the best way of doing it. Patreon.com/transportevolve. From $1.50 a month, you can support us. We've got so many viewers right now, like 152,000 subscribers. If we can get like 400 or 500 people to give the equivalent of a fancy coffee a month, we'd be golden. Right now, we need to raise about $700 extra a month to get us to the next milestone. And when I say to the next milestone, I mean to keep up with inflation. I haven't been able to give the team a pay rise for a long time, and I would really like to, because the cost of living has been going up and we just do not have other issues. According to another channel, you can only have one active investigation open at a time. What are we talking about? Active investigations for copying our stuff. Yeah, I've seen this. Eva says, I've seen this stealing content happen to a couple of other YouTube content creators. Yeah, so we're trying to divorce ourselves from YouTube as best we can. YouTube is kind of like that. I feel like we're in an abusive relationship right now. And as somebody who has actually gone through actual factual stuff like that in the real world, it does feel like an abusive relationship. And it is really not good. Thank you very much. Very much. Every name already gone. I like your dog. We have to be on YouTube because YouTube is how we get into Patreon. But in building our new website, which is transportevolve.com, please go there now. I will send you a link once my keyboard wakes up. I have a keyboard that has it's a wireless keyboard. It's a very good wireless keyboard. So if you all go to transportevolve.com, you can visit our website. You can read our content there. And I knew there was going to be more. For YouTube, if you pretend, we now includes, thank you very much, Mr. Fester. If you go to our Transport Evolve website, you'll find scripts and show notes for 10. Not just the list of stories, but lists and links back to other stories. So we're trying to be as transparent as we possibly can about where we get the stories, where we source them. Sometimes it's other news sites like Electrek and Inside EVs and a whole bunch of other stuff. Sometimes it's direct, like press releases from folk. We try and link back to the original source wherever possible because we think it's really important. And sometimes we will get it wrong. If we make a mistake that is proven mistake, then we will let you know. Someone this week got very upset with us about the report about driving EVs like you stole them. They said, that's not what the report said. And we decided as a team that their comments were either extremely nitpicky or just trolling. So we're not going to mention that in this week's show. But yeah, if we genuinely make a mistake, I will tell you, I will let you know. And by linking back to our sources, hopefully you will be able to follow us. I don't know if this is a way I can show you how this works, but if you just bear with me, I'm going to try very hard to go to the to the Transport Evolved website. Okay, I'm going to have to go on a different window here. Please just bear with me. Okay. I'm going to have to do this in a way that allows you to see the site without you seeing the site, if that makes sense. Here we go. So this is the new Transport Evolved website. So you can see here. And this shows you, this is the story that we've just done right now. And it will, sounds like someone's just walked up to the house. It will show you the last video we did. It has our show notes. It has links to all the different things that we have. But it also means that we can go and see our latest videos on our YouTube account. It also links to our Mastodon. And it also has a contact page. If you want to talk to us, you want to send us stuff, you can do that as well. Do I see TDK CDs? No, those are not CDs, Mr. Fester. No, they are not CDs. They are, in fact, floppies. Because, back when I have a floppy drive in the cabinet behind me. A long time ago, I've been collecting old computers for a long time. So yeah, I have a bunch of save icons because why not? Bunch of save icons. I do have some CDs though in the cupboard, but let's show you some of the other things that we've been working on. So some people have been like, what's been going on with the bike? So I'm going to try not to drop this. This is the brains of the Vectrex VX1 and some of the stuff that we have been doing lately with it. So you can see here, this is the power circuit for the Vectrex. They are, no, they're high density. Those are high density, but you can turn them into just regular double density by putting a piece of tape over them. I just dropped something on the floor. But anyway, so this is the IGBT circuit for the Vectrex. And then here, this thing, whoops, this thing here is the DC to DC converter, which is going to be replaced. And then on the front, what I've been doing, the reason why we haven't had a video on the Vectrex for a while, is that I've been replacing these fuses. So this is a fuse that still has to be replaced. Is it the one I need to replace? No, that's the one I need to replace. This is a fuse I need to replace here. It's a 40 amp fuse based on the advice from all of the gurus in Spain for the Vectrex VX1. I now have to replace this with two 40 amp fuses in parallel, which I've done here. You can see two fuses in parallel. I've already replaced 3 sets of them. I need to do one more, but a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you can see, I touched my heat gun that was at 450 degrees Celsius, and I did myself an ow. It was very painful. The other thing I've had to do was take off all of the conformal coating. So this board had a bunch, you can still see some right here on this capacitor here, a bunch of conformal coating. The conformal coating is like a waterproof coating. You think of it a bit like nail polish. It's not nail polish, it's pretty close chemically, that protects the circuit from moisture and erosion and all of that. And in order to work on the board, you have to take that all off. Well, I have been slowly removing it, so I can then recoat it when I put everything back together. And I really wanted to have this done by the end of the summer. Whether I will or not is another matter. If you're also interested, I have another piece of electronics somewhere. I had it on the table earlier. In my typical ADHD way, it's vanished. But I do have other things that I'm working on right now. So behind me, I don't know if you can see this right there, is another Ford Charge Station Pro, because I've been working on a little side hustle, and my little side hustle has allowed me to do things like, I wonder if it'll, yeah, there you go. It allows me to do stuff like this. And you see, I said we do occasionally source from electric. See, occasionally source from electric. But you will see right now that this is our Ford Charge Station Pro. This is the thing that I've been working on as a kind of a fun project in the side. So this is the power cut sensor that I've been working on that allows me to figure out if there's been a power cut or not using information from our Ford Charge Station Pro. This is all the information from our Charge Station Pro. It tells me whether the vehicle is connected or not. It tells me whether the vehicle is charging or not. And that allows me to do things like this screen here, which allows me to tell what's going on. It hasn't updated since yesterday because the truck has been sleeping, so it hasn't been updating. But this one is a different project by a different person. And this one is a different project by a different person. But these two bottom ones are things that I've been working on based on somebody else's excellent stuff. And I know that a lot of people have wanted to see more cool kind of techie stuff from us, and that is exactly what we are leaning into right now. Kate is going to be doing a video. She had to fix the charge port door on her Kia Soul EV. So she did a video on that, which is live today for Patreon supporters and goes live for everyone tomorrow. And that's a good reminder. If you are a Patreon supporter, even if it's just like for $1 a month or $1.50 a month, you gain access to everything early. So you get to see our content a whole day early. The Kia Nose Job video. Yeah. Fun story about the thumbnail for that, but I'm not going to tell you. But we are going to be leaning more heavily into stuff like that because, you know, I think at the end of the day, everyone who wants to see a cleaner, greener, safer, smarter, and more equitable transportation future and energy future, there is an element of needing whatever we do to be sustainable and to last, and for, you know, things like EVs to be user repairable and to be affordable. And we would like to see more of that. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing more stuff like that. And that means more 3D printing, more Carvera air-ing. I'm supposed to be making... In fact, I can show you. So I need to take these little posts here, this thing here, and I need to take that and turn it into something made of brass. And I should have already done that. But I'm having a bit of a panic about, you know, operating my Carvera Air and getting it done properly. This one is the one that is concerning me the most, though. So I have to make some of these out of brass. And again, that is also going to be very hard work to do. Oh, and I need to build a loom for this. I found it. It was hiding underneath this. This is the charger control board for the Vectrex. And I'm going slowly because I know a lot of channels just, you know, rush stuff and make it look pretty and whatever. I want to be able to keep using this, right? I want to be able to keep riding it until it breaks or until I can no longer ride. I think that's a much more sustainable way of living than going from new shiny to new shiny. So that is something else that we are working on here. So a little bit of a PSA, a little bit of behind the scenes. We have a e-sprinter coming, which I'm super excited about next week. So if it's something that you would like us to try out with an e-sprinter, let us know. I can't promise that we're gonna do it because, you know, there's certain things we can't do. We're going to try and do a decent review of the e-sprinter. Then we have an F-150 Lightning coming. I know we have one, but we've got another one coming. I'm just curious to see the difference between the new and the old version. And we've got a couple of other press cars booked further down the line. We also have a road trip coming up. We don't have a date for when that's going to happen, but we'll be making a road trip at some point. Banana box test. Yeah. I hear Vectrex and think of the game console. The Vectrex game console was ahead of its time. I have a friend of mine who has one, and it is amazing. So can you live out of the eSprinter for 2 or 3 days? Possibly. We'll have to see what we can do. So our DP gets the car or the van for the majority of the time, and then we have like limited time to film with, so it might need to be something we can do in fairly quick order, but we'd love to do it. Russ, thank you so much for your super sticker, my love. That was lovely, very generous of you. Thank you. So that is pretty much it to wrap up. We've been very lucky with all of you wonderful people. All of the things that you've been able to do and to just support us and keep us sane has been really lovely, and I'm very grateful that you are all still here and still supporting us, because I know that that's not necessarily a given, but I'm very grateful that you are all here and that you are still supporting the channel and you are still watching content from us, because at the end of the day, we're not doing this. We're definitely not doing this to become rich or wealthy. We're doing this because we want you to feel like we're representing what actually matters to regular EV fans, as opposed to just super expensive cars that most people are not going to be able to do. Show the scale of the eSprinter by driving the Vectrex into the back. I would love to do that, Stefan. The problem is the Vectrex is broken right now. It doesn't have any batteries and it doesn't have a controller. That's why it is. Anyway, you are amazing. You are wonderful. You are valid. Thank you for being awesome. Don't forget to resist. I had got a end credit, but for some reason, the computer has decided it's not going to play. So I'm going to say goodbye in a different way. Oh, converting cars. Yes, reach out to us by email. Yeah, reach us via email, or reach out to us on our website, or reach out to us in our Discord. All right. I'm going to do the no, you hang up, because, who doesn't? Nobody likes having long endings. Thanks for joining me. I will see you soon. Finding where two phases. Slide it up. Inboard wheel. Yeah. That's the thing. Keep evolving.